In this video, I'll show you how to use a new utility script we're bundling with Barracuda starting in version 21.1 called Batch Movie. So, as you can see, I have a simulation about 9 seconds in right now. I'm going to minimize that, and then I'm going to open up Tecplot to view our simulation results as they're currently in progress. And the first step when you're using Batch Movie is to go to Frame within Tecplot, and then go to Save Frame Style. And what this is going to do is it's going to save a style file, which is basically a snapshot of what your simulation results look like at that moment. So it'll make more sense as we get further in, but you want to basically, within Tecplot, set up how you want your video to look. So, if you want to do like a top-down view, you would set it up like that. I'm going to keep it isometric because it makes sense for this view. And then I'm going to save this. And I'm just going to call it a particle volume fraction, or part vol frac, because that is the parameter that I have loaded in. And then I'm going to close Tecplot. And now that you've saved your style file, what you're going to want to do is go to the GUI element here that opens up the BVR terminal. And then you're going to type in the command to start, batch_movie. And I'm going to add a flag here, -h. And so when you run that, what it does is it lists all of the optional arguments that you can pass in to Batch Movie when you run it that will allow you to alter the way that it's run. So this can give you some new functionality on it. It can change the way certain things work. I'm not going to use any of these here for the sake of brevity, but I would highly recommend you look at these, know what they are, and know how to use them. So I'm going to clear that output just so it's not in the way. And now I'm going to type in the same command again, batch_movie, and then I'm going to put a space, and I'm going to type in the name of our style file. So that's going to be part volfrac.sty, and then I'm going to hit enter. And you can see a log file comes up, and this starts to show you exactly which frame is being generated. It's pulling it the same way that Tecplot does when it shows you each time step of your simulation. So it's making a time step, or making a frame for each time step of your simulation, and then it's outputting that to a movie. So this gives you an indication of how far along it is, how long it has to go, and you'll notice it's going out to 115. That's because when I started this, there are 115 plot files in my project directory. So it's totally possible to run Batch Movie while the simulation is still running, and that can save a lot of time. So what I can do is it will go up to the point that I started at, and then I can restart it after it's done, and it will append all of the additional frames that have been generated since I last ran it. So I can show that here real quick. If I interrupt this run, you can see it got to the 18th frame. So if I run the same command again, it will recognize where it was, and it will start. So you can see it was on 17 here. It starts back at 17 here. So it'll pick up where it left off, and that can work the same as if you do it with a simulation that's still in progress. So I'm going to let this go and finish generating for the frames that it's still trying to, and I'll be back when that is done. Okay, and we are back. As you can see here, our movie generation has come to a completion. You can see there's a little complete message here. So if we go into our folder, we can see this is our project folder where all of our simulation files are held. There's a little animations folder here now. And this contains several things. It contains all of the movies that you have generated, because you can do more than one, and they'll be contained in here. And it also contains the images that correlate to each frame of your movie that was made. So you can see ours stopped at 121, because that's as far as it could have gone when we started it. And if we click on the movie here, we will see our simulation results are being rendered as a movie. By default, Batch Movie simulates sort of a real-time playback, so we had roughly 12 seconds of simulation time here, and it correlates to roughly 12 seconds on the video. So we can close out of that. You can see it looks just like how you would imagine a movie of your simulation results would look. And as you can see, our simulation time has advanced significantly beyond what our video originally went to. So we can reopen the Barracuda terminal here, and we can just rerun the exact same command again that we ran to make the first movie, and you can see it's picking up right where it left off. So we ended at 121 last time, we're starting at 122 this time, and you can see it will just run in the background generating those frames until it reaches the end. And you can just continue doing this for your entire simulation run, and it will, eventually you will have a completed movie at the same time as when your simulation completes. So yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to start using Batch Movie. It's a really great program. It's great functionality. It gives you something that you weren't able to get with Barracuda before. There is built-in functionality in Tecplot for making movies, but there's not a good way to do it in batch, in the background, while your simulation is running, so this fulfills that niche very well.